Estimation of utility for joint health states. Over the next few slides, I will introduce methods to estimate the utility for the joint health states. Here is the outline of this presentation. I will start with a simple scenario, joint two health states. Later, I will present the formulae to estimate utility for joint four health states, with adjusting the baseline utility. We will focus on the non-parametric approaches because the non-parametric methods only need the summary statistics of utility data and are convenient to use in practice. There are four commonly used methods: additive, minimum and multiplicative methods, and adjusted decrement estimator. For simplicity, we begin with a perfect baseline health state. Baseline utility equals 1. UA and UB denote the mean utilities for individuals with single condition A or B, respectively. UJ denotes the mean joint health utility for individuals who have both conditions A and B. We will introduce the main assumptions and formula of each method. The additive method assumes that the conditions affect the utility function independently with no overlap. Therefore, the absolute utility decrement of the joint health state is equal to the sum of the absolute utility decrements in conditions A and B. The minimum utility method assumes there is no cumulative burden from the other conditions, and then uses the minimum utility of two conditions as the utility for the joint health states. The multiplicative method assumes that for each additional condition which a person experiences, the disutility impact is proportional to the disutility already experienced. Therefore, the absolute disutility for each additional condition depends on the conditions experienced. Adjusted decrement estimator assumes that the upper limit for the utility for joint health condition is the minimum for any single health state, and is further adjusted by the disutility of the additional conditions. This method incorporates all three methods of the above. It calculates the joint utility as the minimum utility, minus the minimum utility multiplied by the two disutilities. The choice of baseline utility depends on the research questions. The baseline health state is often not perfect, and then the baseline utility is often less than 1. The population norm data, the average person in the general population in a similar age and gender group, often used as the baseline utility. When investigating the disease population, such as people with diabetes, the utility from the diabetic people without any diabetic complications also can be considered as the baseline utility. U0 denotes an imperfect baseline utility, and U0 greater than UA and UB. This slide presents the formulae of additive and minimum methods for two health conditions, with adjusting the baseline utility. This slide presents the formulae of multiplicative method and adjusted decrement estimator for two health conditions, with adjusting the baseline utility. This slide presents the formulae for estimating the joint disutility for four health conditions, with an adjustment of baseline utility. The appendix of the reference article details the application of these formulae for hypoglycemic events examples. Now, I provide the final remark of these methods. The underlying assumptions for the additive and minimum utility methods are often not suitable. Multiplicative method is generally recommended. But, according to a publication of disutility for joint health states of severe and non-severe hypoglycemic events in diabetes, adjusted decrement estimator is likely to be associated with the least bias when health conditions are highly correlated. Thank you.